A brother in the church has said he's going to pay your school fees up to the end of your secondary school.
We were preparing for Children's Day, and our aunties were sharing chapters and verses. Before I know it, they gave me Psalm 119 verse 1 to the end. I went and showed my mother. My mother was shocked. That what about my school? And that time was during our crusade. Our GO told us to write 12 prayer points, and my first prayer point was, let God help me to say my Bible recitation perfectly. As I went home, I dreamed again that our GO came to our house and blessing people. I now stood at his front and said, welcome, Daddy. He said, how are you, my daughter? I said, fine, Daddy. I said, Daddy, pray for me. They gave me Psalm 119 verse 1 to the 176. As I woke up from that dream, I started saying it perfectly, no struggle.
You woke up from that dream, and what happened?
I started learning it perfectly, no struggling.
Oh, God, I'm choosing. Clap unto God without struggle. Thank you, Lord.
And I want to come and recite it here because my dad have already prayed for me. Can I be permitted?
Psalm 119.
Verse 1 to the end.
From verse 1 to the end?
Yes.
Is this not the longest psalm in the... Hey. Okay, you will start. You'll start, but we might stop you somewhere. So it's good that you start. Psalm 119 from 1.
I am here to recite Psalm 119 verse 1 to the end. And it says, blessed are the undefiled in the way who walk in the law of the Lord. Blessed are they that keep thy testimonies and that seek him with their whole heart. They also do no iniquity, they walk in his way. Thou hast commanded us to keep thy precept diligently. Oh, that my ways were directed to keep thy statutes. Then shall I not be ashamed when I shall have respect unto all thy commandments. I will praise the uprightness of hand and have learned unto all thy righteous judgment. I will keep thy statutes, so forsake me not totally. Wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way by taking heed thereto according to thy word. With my whole heart have I sought thee, oh, let me not wander from thy commandment. Thy word have I hid in my heart, that I may not sin against thee. Blessed art thou, O Lord, teach me thy statutes. With my lips have I declared all the judgments of thy mouth. I have rejoiced in the way of thy testimony as much as in all riches. I will meditate in thy precepts and have respect unto thy ways. I will delight myself in thy statutes. I will not forget thy word. Deal bountifully with thy servant, that I may live and keep thy word. Open down my eyes, that I may behold wondrous things out of thy law. I am a stranger in the earth, hide not my commandment from me. My soul breaketh for the longing that is hard unto the judgment at all time. Thou hast rebuked the proud that are caused, which do err from thy commandment. Remove from me reproach and contempt, for I have kept thy testimony. Princes also deceit and speak against me, but thy servant did meditate in thy statutes. Thy testimony also are my delight and my counselors. My soul cleaveth unto the dust, quicken me according to thy word. I have declared my ways, and thou hadst me, teach me thy statutes. Make me to understand the way of thy commandments, so shall I talk of thy wondrous work. My soul melteth for heaviness, strengthen thou me according to thy word. Remove from me the way of lying, and grant me thy law graciously. I have chosen the way of truth, thy judgment have I laid before me. I have stuck unto thy testimony, O Lord, put me not to shame. I will run the way of thy commandment when thou hast enlarged me. Teach me, O Lord, the way of thy statutes, and I shall keep it unto the end. Give me understanding, and I shall keep thy law. Yea, I shall observe you with my whole heart. Make me to go in the path of thy commandment, for therein do I delight. Incline my heart to thy testimonies, and not to covetousness. Turn away my eyes from beholding vanity, and quicken down me in thy way. Establish thy word unto thy servant, who is devoted to thy fear. Turn away my reproach, which I fear, for thy judgments are good. Behold, I have longed after thy precept, quicken me in thy righteousness. Let thy mercy come also unto me, O Lord, even thy salvation according to thy word. So shall I have wherewith to answer in thy reproach me, but I trust in thy word. And take not the word of truth utterly out of my mouth, for I have hope in thy judgment. So shall I keep thy law continually, forever and ever. And I walk at liberty, for I seek thy precept. I will speak of thy testimony also before God, and will not be ashamed. and I will delight myself in thy commandment which I have loved. My hands also will I lift up unto thy commandment which I have loved, but I will meditate in thy precept. Remember the word unto thy servant, upon which thou hast caused me to hope. This is my comfort and my affliction, for thy word has quickened me. The proud has had me greatly in derision, yet have I not declined from thy law. I remember the judgment of old, O Lord, and have comforted myself. Horror has taken hold upon me because of the wicked that forsake thy law. Thy statutes has been my song in the house of my pilgrimage. I have remembered thy name, O Lord, in the night, and have kept thy law. This I had because I keep thy precept. Thou art my portion, O Lord. I have said that I will keep thy word. I entreated thy favor with my heart. Be merciful unto me according to thy word. I thought on my way and turned my feet unto thy testimonies. I made haste and delayed not to keep thy commandment. The bands of the wicked has robbed me, but I have not forgotten thy word. At midnight I will rise to give thanks unto thee because of thy righteous judgment. I am a companion of all them that fear thee, and of them that keep thy precept. Thy Lord is full of mercy. Teach me thy statutes. Thou hast dealt well with thy servant, O Lord, according to thy word. Teach me good judgment and knowledge, for I have believed thy commandment. Teach me good judgment and knowledge, for I have believed thy commandment. Before I was afflicted, I went astray, but now have I kept thy law. Thou art good and doest good. Teach me thy statutes. The proud has forged a lie against me, which are not. The proud has forged a lie against me, but I will keep thy precept with my whole heart. That's as fat as grease, but I delight in thy law. It is good for me that I have been afflicted, that I may learn thy statutes. The law of thy mouth is better unto me than thousands of gold and silver. Thy hand has made me and fashioned me. Give me understanding, that I may learn thy commandment. I know, O Lord, that thy judgments are right, and that thou in faithfulness hast afflicted me. Let I pray thee thy merciful kindness before thy comfort according to thy word unto thy servant. Let thy tender mercy come unto me, that I may live, for thy law is my delight. Let the proud be ashamed, for they dealt perversely with me without a cause, but I will meditate in thy precept. Let those that fear thee turn unto me, and those that have known thy testimony. Let my heart be sound in thy statutes, that I be not ashamed. My soul fainted for thy salvation, but I hope in thy word. My eyes failed for thy word, saying, when will thou comfort me? For I am become like a bottle in the smoke, yet do I not forget thy word. How many are the days of thy servant? When will thou execute judgment on them that persecute me? The proud has dig pit for me, which are not after thy law. All thy commandments are faithful. They persecute me wrongful. Help thou me. They had almost consumed me upon earth, but I forsook not thy precept. Quicken me after thy loving kindness, so shall I keep the testimonies of thy mouth. Forever, O Lord, thy word is settled in heaven. Thy faithfulness is unto all generation. Thou hast established the earth and is abiding. They continue these days according to thy ordinances, for all are thy servants. Unless thy law has been my delight, I should have perished in my affliction. I will never forget thy precept, for with them thou hast quickened me. Oh, how love I thy law is my meditation all the day. Thou through thy commandment and name wiser than my enemy, for they are ever with me. I have understand thy all my teachers, for thy testimonies and my meditation. 100. I understand more than the ancient, because I keep thy precept. I have refrained my feet from every evil way, that I may keep thy word. I have not departed from thy judgments, for thou hast taught me. How sweet are thy word unto my taste, sweeter than honey to my mouth. Through thy precept I get understanding, therefore I hate every false way. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. I have sworn that I will perform it, that I will give thy righteous judgment. Except I beseech thee the free offering of my mouth. O Lord, teach me thy judgment. My soul is continually in my hand, yet do I not forget thy word. The wicked are laid a snare for me, yet I ate not from thy precept. Thy testimonies have I taken as an heritage forever, for they are the rejoicing of my heart. I have inclined my heart to perform thy statutes, always evil unto the end. I hate vain thoughts, but thy Lord do I love. Thou art my hiding place and my shield. I hope in thy word. Depart from me, ye evildoers, that thou will keep the commandment of my God. Uphold me according unto thy word, that I may live, and let me not be ashamed of my hope. Hold thou me up, and I shall be saved, and I will have respect unto thy statutes continually. Thou hast trodden down all them that err from thy statutes, for their deceit is falsehood. Thou puttest away all the wicked of the earth like dross. Therefore I love thy testimonies. My flesh trembles for fear of thee, and I am afraid of thy judgment. I have done judgment and justice. Leave me not to my oppressors. Be surety for thy servant for good. Let not the proud oppress me. My eyes wait for thy salvation, and for the word of thy righteousness. Deal with thy servant according unto thy mercy, and teach me thy status. I am thy servant. Give me understanding that I may know thy testimonies. It is time for the Lord to work, for they have made vow thy law. Therefore I love thy commandment above gold, yea, above fine gold. Therefore I esteem all thy precepts concerning all things to be right, and I hate every false way. Thy testimonies is wonderful, therefore doth my soul keep them. The entrance of thy word giveth light, giveth understanding unto the simple. I open my mouth and panted, for I long for thy commandment. Look thou upon me, be merciful unto me, as one is there to do unto those that love thy name. Order my step in thy word, and let not any iniquity have dominion over me. Deliver me from the oppression of man, so shall I keep thy precepts. Deliver me from the oppression of man, so shall I keep thy precepts. Make thy face to shine upon thy servant, and teach me thy statutes. Rivers of water run down my eyes, because they keep not thy word. Honor my step in thy righteous art thou, O Lord, and upright are thy judgment. Thy testimonies that thou hast commanded are righteous and very faithful. My sin has consumed me, because my enemies have forgotten thy law. Thy word is very pure, and therefore thy servant loveth it. I am small and despised, yet do I not forget thy word. Thy righteousness and everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. Trouble and anguish has taken hold on me, but thy commandments are my delight. I rejoice at thy word, as one that findeth grace Paul. As one that findeth grace Paul. 7 times a day do I praise thee, because of thy righteous judgment. I have sworn that I will perform it, that I will keep thy righteous judgment. My soul has kept thy tithes, and I love thy exceedingly. I have kept thy precepts and thy testimonies, for all my ways are before thee. Let my cry come near before thee. O Lord, give me understanding according to thy word. 170. Let my supplication come before thee. Deliver me according to thy word. My lips shall utter praise when thou shalt taught me thy statutes. My tongue shall speak of thy word, as for all thy commandments are righteousness. Let thy hands help me, for I have chosen thy precepts. I have longed for thy salvation, O Lord, for thy law is my delight. I have longed for thy salvation, for thy law is my delight. Let my soul live, and it shall praise thee, and let thy judgment help me. 176. I have gone astray like a lost sheep. Seek thy servant, for I do not forget thy commandment. I pray for my joy, heaven at last. I pray for all your choosing worldwide, heaven at last. Me and my family, heaven at last. Choosing first class.
Wait, hold on. Only God can do this. God don't choose it. Only you can do this. Only God can do this. God don't choose it. Only you can. I want us to give God a very big clap offering. Clap unto God. Clap unto God. Clap unto God. This is fearful and unbelievable. I want to ask you again, our sister, who gave you this Psalm 119?
Our children class auntie.
Your children class teacher?
Yes.
And then after that, you said you encountered the GO?
Yes.
Physically on the dream?
In the dream.
In the dream. Tell us what happened in the dream again.
He came to our house and he was blessing people. And I woke up from my sleep. I stood at his front and said, "Welcome, Daddy." He said, "How are you, my daughter?" I said, "Fine, sir." I said, "Daddy, pray for me." They gave me Psalm 119, verse 276. He now said, "Wow." He now told us to enter parlor. He now laid his hand on my head and prayed for me. As I woke up, I started saying it perfectly. From that day,
everything became easy for you.
Yes.
The Psalm 119.
Yes.
Unarguably the longest chapter in the Bible.
Yes.
I stand to be corrected. We are now able to recite it, just like you have done now.
Yes.
You know, I thought I would stop you somewhere, but I got instruction to allow you to continue, and you finished it perfectly.
Yes.
Only God can do this, my brethren. You heard her. She had an encounter with the angel of the pastor of chosen that prayed for her, and it became possible for somebody to recite this very long or longest chapter in the Bible. A child. How old are you?
I'm 11 years old.
What class are you in?
Primary 5.
Primary 5.
Yes.
Brethren, chosen people, I'm sure that you will agree that only God can do this. I want us to give God a very big clap unto God. Primary 5, isn't it?
Yes.
There is scholarship for you now. A brother in the church has said he's going to pay your school fees up to the end of your secondary school. Clap unto God and appreciate it. Clap unto God. You are free to go. Those are the mysteries, the miracles, the wonders of our time. And people will say, how can it happen? How can it happen? God of choosing is so great. Our little sister, you can go. You are free to go. Let's clap unto God again and appreciate. Clap unto God.